It's magic. It's something I wish I could bottle and sell.
Whoa! People come to air shows for the thrill.
Their smoke, their noise, their excitement.
300 miles an hour, 3 inches off the ground is serious business.
Number one rule. Don't hit the ground.
Lives at stake, futures at stake. Lots of drama.
Okay, wait a minute.
Here we go.
It's fun.
I can do something freaking magical.
Mama said he'd never make it. That spirit, no tears to cry. Too young, too dumb to listen. Cold courage strapped in a trap. Sun, sky, wax and sage. Smoke clears now roll away. Icarus the Greek must fly today. Must fly today.
Every summer,
Golf X-ray Alpha Alpha.
100 of us start the airshow season.
Surface to 5,000 feet.
And each year, 2 or 3 of us will die. What kind of person would sign up for something like this?
Runway 30.
My name is Marcus Payne. We are rebels, misfits,
Cleared to start.
willing to risk it all to thrill.
Come on, baby. Do it for me.
Life on the airshow circuit is not easy. The money is crap, not to mention the months away from our families. But 10 million people will go to air shows this season.
Are you ready?
And this is as close as any of us will ever get to being a rock star. It's impossible to describe the rush you get from risking your life in front of thousands of strangers.
Way up there.
For some of us, it's therapy. For others, it's an addiction. This year started out like all the others. Lots of adrenaline, bold new stunts.
You want him to do it again?
But only a few weeks in, the season has already taken a tragic turn.
Wing walking, when it just flows together right, it's like you're in the minute and you're living it.
Carol Pilon lives to ride the wind on top of a 70-year-old biplane.
What an awesome ride, man.
Carol is one of the world's last wing walkers.
It's deep inside you. It's like you're just empty and there's nothing there to fill you up. And this is the thing that fills me up.
13 years ago, Carol risked everything and bought a Stearman biplane with more than 100,000 hours of flight time.
Savings do not exist in my world, so if somebody was planning on marrying me from my super huge bank account, they'd be sadly mistaken. But I do have a honkin' sexy airplane. It's screaming, come fly me.
The Boeing Stearman is a classic cloth-covered biplane built as a military trainer in the 1930s and 40s.
I've got a great airplane, and I've got a great personality that hits the front page of the newspaper damn near every time.
This season, Carol's been booked at a half dozen air shows, half the number she did last year. But Carol isn't giving up.
There is no plan B for this life. There's only one plan, and it's the wing walking plan. Okay, I can't reach it from here, so I have to bring it in a little closer.
It's been 8 months since Carol last wing walked.
All right, we're in on both sides.
Her first show is only 2 weeks away. It's time to get back in the air.
We need to fly within a certain time frame before we can execute at a show.
Carol's brought her biplane to a remote airstrip in Oklahoma, home of her biggest sponsor, a crop dusting company.
I've got a hangar, I've got people who love me, and you know what? We've got miles and miles and miles and miles of sky.
But this week, the Oklahoma skies are no place for an old biplane.
A week before I got here, a pretty nasty tornado sat down in the suburbs of Oklahoma City and wiped out quite a few people. It was not a pretty scene.
And the forecast looks terrible. Carol's running out of time.
I'm spending money that I don't have. So every day we're sitting here is dollars wasted.
The wing walker is grounded.
Air boss. Go ahead, Will.
2,000 miles to the north, at another airfield, it looks like airshow season is already underway.
Looking for position report, please.
It's an open practice for rusty pilots and performers.
What we're trying to accomplish is a mini mock air show.
Oscar Echo November, show boss at Rocky Mountain House.
Donna Flynn is a tough-talking,
Brantley, find a chair.
no-nonsense air boss.
Don't argue. The air boss is like the director of an air show.
Donna travels from town to town, booked by local airshow producers.
Have a good show, guys. I feel I put on the safest possible show.
Show boss, check your clear on Charlie.
Her goal at the start of the season is always one thing.
Get your ass out of there.
Make sure no one in the air or on the ground gets hurt.
Everyone flying it, everyone involved, they know how dangerous this business can be.
First to arrive for practice, Super Dave Matheson.
Super Dave, show boss. How's it feel?
Dave Matheson can be such a pain in the ass at times.
Dave Matheson has done it all. A bush flying legend turned airline owner who gave it all up to chase a childhood dream.
I was 6 years old when I got to see my first air show, and I was sold.
One of the newest pilots on the show circuit, Dave's ride is one of the most powerful aerobatic aircraft in the world, the MX-2.
There's few aircraft in the world that can do what this can do.
Since his airshow career began 3 seasons ago, Dave has poured more than $1 million into his operation.
I've sold everything. I've got to do this.
Dave dreams big. His goal?
Here they come.
Become the top airshow act in the business.
I've worked for airlines. I've run an airline. I'm not going back to that life.
But Dave isn't the only dreamer.
Hey, Golf Yankee Delta, show boss.
A rookie pilot is running late.
It's really odd.
Where the hell's Devin?
Donna can't reach him on the radio.
Aircraft inbound, show boss.
Just want to make sure he's okay.
Light is fading, and the rookie has everyone on edge. In Oklahoma, bad weather has confined the wing walker to the hangar.
I'm just gonna like put on my stretchies and just go and reacquaint my body with my airplane.
All Carol can do is practice from the ground,
Look at the pilot, secured lock in.
while her boyfriend Trevor tracks the storm.
3, dive, pull, loop.
The tornado warning been issued.
It's been issued?
Yeah, it has been.
We are right here.
I don't know where the color codes are on here, but red is bad.
Red is bad. Is that our tornado warning?
He's hauling. We're under it. Turning.
Wow, check that out.
Close the door.
Before they can shut the hangar door,
There's no power.
Never thought to lower the door. When it hit and we started seeing rotations, it was too late. The power was out. This is dangerous.
Golf Yankee Delta, show us.
back at Rocky Mountain House, they're dealing with a problem of their own.
It's really odd.
Air boss Donna Flynn is missing one of her pilots.
I turn almost like into a mother where I want to make sure all my pilots are okay. Aircraft inbound, show up.
Finally, a weak voice crackles over the radio.
And Tower Golf Yankee Delta is ready to come inbound.
Okay, we'll watch for your lights.
I don't have any.
Oh, that figures.
Hey, Stefan, everybody says welcome to Recommend.
Thank you very much.
25-year-old Stefan Trischek has one lofty goal.
How's it going, dude?
Pretty good.
Become an airshow pilot.
I just love going to air shows. I love airplanes, aerobatics. I just wouldn't want to fly straight and level.
You're Stefan?
I am.
I'm Dave. Hi, Dave.
But Stefan has just a few hundred hours locked in the air.
I pay for flying from working underground in a potash mine. So I work a kilometer underground so that I can fly high above ground. How do you know when to start that pullout? Like, where are you looking?
He's very new.
Stefan flies a single-seat Pitts Ultimate that he restored himself.
The day before I left, the plane was still apart. I just pulled some lawn hours, threw it all together, and flew here.
Stefan may be proud of his airplane, but in the Flying Circus, a rookie still needs to prove himself.
And your takeoff checklist?
Don't have one of those yet. It's up here.
Don't do that.
No?
You'll kill yourself. You know what makes me nervous about him? And there's a lot of little things that can kill you. If it's been screwed up, I've done it, and so has everyone else. If he starts thinking that he can just do it right off the gate, everyone will come down on him like a ton of bricks. Just suck the knowledge out of everyone around you can.
Show boss, Golf Yankee Delta, I'm ready for takeoff.
Golf Yankee Delta, show boss, check your rolling 3-1.
Golf Yankee Delta.
When you're flying one of these airplanes, you gotta be on the ball. It can get away on you pretty quick.
I'm just gonna kind of circle back over the airport while I'm gaining altitude.
5 minutes into his first practice, Stefan's left wing strut starts to shake violently. What the rookie doesn't realize is his home-built plane is on the verge of an in-flight breakup.
This slave strut is not good.
Rookie pilot Stefan Trischek has a serious problem. His home-built biplane is on the verge of a catastrophic failure. The cause? Aerodynamic flutter.
Flutter's pretty much the worst thing that can happen to a pilot in flight. It can disintegrate your aircraft in a blink of an eye.
Extreme vibration could snap the strut from the wing, spinning the aircraft out of control. Unaware of the real danger, Stefan keeps flying.
I'm just looking at this slide strut. It's vibrating a bit when I roll, so I'm just going to do a couple passes here, keep an eye on it.
As soon as he felt that, he should have just landed immediately.
This slave strut is not good.
I'd like to make that my last maneuver.
And Golf Yankee Delta, I've got you in sight in the wind still 5 to 10, favoring 3-1.
It could have become really serious really fast. It was definitely a rookie move.
That slave strut is going nuts.
In his rush to build, Stefan forgot to install the vibration dampener on the strut.
Do you know how to fix that?
By putting a bead down the side?
Yep. I'm surprised you didn't have one.
The strut will need a modification. Until it's done, Stefan is grounded.
You know, it'll bite him, and it could kill him.
For Super Dave, the close call is upsetting.
You can avoid all that by starting off like a professional right off the bat.
He's seen too many young pilots die.
I think Stefan shows huge promise. I think he's got the right attitude, but right now he just doesn't know what he doesn't know.
Wing walker Carol Pilon's training camp has been derailed by a massive storm.
There's no power.
Turn that barbecue on.
We've got basic mayhem going on.
Turn the motor, we can lower the door.
A stuck hangar door has left Carol's fragile biplane dangerously exposed.
We don't need tornadoes. We can break airplanes with wind.
Do you want to stand on wingtip and I'll see if I can't find something to chalk the tail?
Outside, the storm intensifies. Inside, Carol grows desperate.
If you can splice the door into the generator, they can lower it with that.
I'm no electrician, man. I'm a mechanic.
Copy. Let's go. Get the hell out of here.
With the storm getting worse, the wing walker abandons her baby, forced to spend a long night in a tornado shelter.
That airplane is my life.
The next morning, all around Oklahoma, people are picking up the pieces. But when Carol returns to the hangar,
Yay!
not a scratch on her airplane.
All right, baby. I truly believe that if there's a higher power, he does want me to be a wing walker, or she wants me to be a wing walker, or it wants me to be a wing walker. It just wants me to earn it.
And there's more good news. Her pilot, Marcus Payne, rolls in ready to fly.
It's been 8 or 9 months since I've flown Carol. For me to be competent as a pilot, much less her pilot, I have to go fly the airplane.
Hey, there is the man.
Nice weather.
Nice weather.
It's the last day of a week-long training camp.
I picked an awesome spot, didn't I?
Carol and Marcus know they need to fly.
Wow, look at that.
But with more tornado warnings and more bad weather on the way,
Who can't fail?
Let's not call it a fail. We'll just call it a 2-part boot camp. I didn't even have a chance to start the airplane up and taxi it around. Couldn't risk taking it out of the hangar.
So if we want to bring on another sponsor, we have another 2 sets of wings.
legally, the team will not be allowed to fly their first show of the season without a practice.
We're looking at possibly scratching a show.
Put like a splitter in there?
They have no choice but to gamble on the weather 2 weeks from now.
Now we're forced to practice on the nose of our very first show of the season.
Back in Rocky Mountain House, they are flying. But first practice of the season
That's okay, you'll be back in the saddle here soon.
is never pretty.
The most dangerous time for an airshow pilot would be the very beginning of the season.
Canopy.
T's and P's. Fingers. Super chicken.
On board.
Give it to me, baby.
Super Dave starts with a low pass.
That looks good.
It's been months since he last flew his routine.
How's it feel? Awkward and like I've never done it before.
And right from the start, there's trouble.
One 4-point roll right off the bat. I got hit with a bucket of water. My headset almost flew off. That sort of sucks.
Sloppy, sloppy.
After a rough practice, it's an embarrassment for Dave, the checklist guy.
You want to be as good as you were 6 months ago, and you're nowhere close.
There's very little time to get things perfect. Dave's first air show is now just a few weeks away.
Forward, forward, hold.
After their failed training camp in Oklahoma,
So we take off.
Take off, zoom, climb.
the wing-walking team's weather gamble has paid off.
But I want to go this way.
Clear skies over Baggetville Air Force Base mean Carol and Marcus can finally practice before their first show of the season.
Baggetville is a big show.
Wham, smack, set.
It's been 8 or 9 months since I've flown Carol, or flown the airplane for that matter.
Now we dive for speed.
Dive for speed.
Set right there, crowd center. Big loop.
If they fail to practice, airshow rules state they won't be in the show tomorrow.
We need to go and practice because we haven't flown together in a very long time.
And for us, it needs to be a pretty serious practice.
Carol must now put her life in the hands of her pilot and her antique biplane.
This airplane, it's a beast. It has a powerful motor. If you can imagine having the reins of 100 stallions. That's what it feels like. And all those horses are going in the same direction.
This airplane, it has 114,000 godforsaken hours on the airframe. I'm asking it to do a lot, and stuff vibrates, shakes loose, and breaks all the time.
Third strike, boss on show. The field is yours.
Boss, third strike, good copy.
Air Boss Captain James Manning will be watching closely.
Anytime that there's something that is a potential safety issue, I'm going to be involved.
Carol starts by clinging to the wing wires, holding on by just her arms and legs.
You can't afford freaking out or being afraid. I got a job to do.
It's not unlike two people in the back of a pickup driving down the freeway trying to have a conversation. It's not happening.
We have limited signals that we use. So he gives me the nod, go, and I move.
But just as Carol straps in, the Stearman's engine sputters.
Third strike, Air Boss. You all right? We heard a little stutter on your last pass.
If the engine fails completely, they're in real trouble.
Want to knock it off and come back to land.
Marcus pulls the power back. They manage to nurse the old biplane back to base. Carol and Marcus need to figure out what went wrong. Super Dave Matheson is on final approach to his first air show of the season.
Hamilton, Ontario, my hometown.
Cleared land runway 06.
Clear land 06, Mike Yankee Alpha.
He's flown his aerobatic MX-2 2,000 miles across the continent to be here.
I've been dying to get the chance to do this show.
And that's very cool, by the way.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
But Dave can't survive the circuit without a solid support team.
Mags off?
They're off.
Okay.
Michelle Nyforth has been with Dave from the beginning.
Yeah, that was good.
She's in charge of prepping his plane and keeping the boss from killing himself in the air.
What's your initial gate? You're gonna start at 2? I like to kick the tires, put some fuel in it.
We'll work on getting the crowd into a booyah.
This season, Dave is trying out his own show announcer.
Start off with a little booyah. Work with me.
Gavin Lee.
How many air shows have I done? I've done none. How about a big booyah for Mr. Super Dave Matheson? And that's when you're gonna go.
He's the jester of the courtroom.
Yeah.
Today is practice day, and Dave wants to get going.
Where's Numbskull?
But Dave's announcer in training
Should I text him?
is nowhere to be found.
I've told him we're leaving at 6:40 sharp.
I'm not waiting for him.
True to my word, I left at 6:40. I'll get a ride somewhere.
I got a text message, we're leaving. So I went outside and he'd already left, so I thought that was quite an interesting way to start the day.
Numbskull, late again. Okay, Gavin, so you don't need to argue every time. You were late again, so we left.
I'll be at the airport. I'll see you there.
I don't mean to sound like a dick when I say it, but he needs to know his place right now.
It's like having my kid at a show, and he's 10. He'll figure it out or he'll be gone.
Now I know I'll be outside in the morning.
Before practice begins, the pilots attend an early morning briefing.
Welcome to Hamilton. I'm Bill Snellgrove. I'm going to be your air boss.
Every show must have an air boss. Play by his rules, or you're out.
If you haven't done it before, don't do it here for the first time.
Yeah, just ask him. Say,
If it's too busy, I'm just going to step off the side. I'm going to practice quietly.
Yeah.
When Gavin shows up,
Have they got the music?
You're going to... Mitch?
they get to work prepping their dress rehearsal.
Double.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Torque, Cuban, detail, slide.
That's the
it?
only gates we're talking.
The late start
I start engines in 15 minutes.
Oh.
It takes me freaking out forever to get out there.
has Super Dave on edge.
One thing that throws you off on the team, it'll unbalance me. The worst case scenario is it gets me stressed enough that I hit the ground.
During the full 12-minute routine, Mitch is Dave's safety buffer.
I'm his eyes on the ground to tell him where he is, how high up he is, how low he is, how it looks, if it's straight. How do you feel about a hover?
She's waiting for me to say a certain altitude for the next maneuver. And if I don't say it, she'll wave me off. She'll say abort.
As Dave plummets to the earth, he needs to know his key altitude points for every maneuver. Critical markers known as gates. Michelle is Dave's gatekeeper.
Show ground. Hamilton ground, the airspace is yours now. 3, 2, 1, go.
Dave starts his routine by rolling upside down into an inverted flat spin.
Watch now as Super Dave pushes the throttle hard forward.
Gavin tries to read along.
From that beautiful Aero Sport engine.
Bottom gate, double hammer.
Double hammer. 2019 down for 3.
Dave resets with a high G climb. Down on the ground, Gavin gets a reality check.
I'm not gonna have time to explain half this stuff. I had no idea what was going on because I'd never seen his show fully together. He's doing what now?
High popper, point rolls.
Okay, I missed that one completely.
2019 down for 3.
Gavin's lost.
Oh, that looks nice.
But Michelle knows exactly where Dave should be. And right now, he's way off.
Show line.
Dave's made a mistake so serious, he could be tossed from the air show.
Show line. Show line.
It's practice day in Hamilton. Dave is working on his routine
2019 down for 3.
when he breaks a cardinal rule of airshow safety.
Show line.
The show line is a safety buffer, a zone 500 to 2,000 feet in front of the crowd.
Michelle said show line. I punted over quick, looked down, and went, oh.
So you're still show line, hard deep wall.
It's a biblical mark that you never cross them. So I just basically broke the golden rule.
The faster an airplane flies, the further it must be kept away from the crowd.
For if I hit the ground, I kill myself, and I don't kill anyone else on the ground.
Today, Dave was supposed to be using the 500-foot show line, but he came within 300 feet of the crowd. And now he must face the air boss.
If you consistently do that, they'll scrub you. They'll cancel you from the show. She said, show line. And I said, okay. So I flipped over. When I looked down, I was way into your show line on the far end of the box. So I do apologize.
I could cancel you.
And there's no sense making excuses. And I've actually never done it before. And I'll be a little
You'll
more...
never do it again?
Yes, I won't. You have to take ownership, admit your mistakes, and get on with it.
In Bagotville, the wing walking team's first practice is also cut short.
First strike here, boss. You all right? We heard a little stutter on your last pass.
Carol and Marcus need to figure out what went wrong.
When we had the engine off,
Yeah.
and we boarded the flight,
Yeah.
was that when we came around?
It coughed just as we were just about to start to get some smack for the roll. Just after the hammer.
The worst thing possible is for the engine to quit and Carol to be in the top rack. She doesn't have time to get down. That's a bad deal. Don't want to land with her up there. Ever.
The plane's flying good other than that, so.
Other than quitting in mid-flight.
Well, yeah. Other than that, you know.
Oh, I'm hooked up here.
Less than 24 hours before the show, they start pulling parts off the engine.
I just want to make sure that there isn't something sinister in there that's going to cause an engine outage at the wrong time.
Yes.
Wow.
What do you see?
Super clean. Fuel system I can find. We checked all the fuel screens, checked the gravity feed system, and we're not finding any fuel issues anywhere. And we're thinking, well, damn it, it had to be some contaminant in the fuel.
Convinced it's bad fuel, they drain the tanks.
Ew.
But if they're wrong and the problem returns, Carol and Marcus will be risking their lives.
Showtime, ladies and gentlemen, showtime.
Back in Hamilton, it's show day. 30,000 people have shown up. For Super Dave, it's a hometown crowd.
Probably know at least a few hundred people in this crowd.
And there's one special guest who's super excited.
I'm Super Dave's mom. At age 2, he would jump off the fridge. I said, this kid's nuts, he's gonna be a pilot.
Mom can't wait to see her son.
No, stay there, stay there. When I'm done my performance, I'll come see you. She just called and said, I'm coming over. I said, no, please not right now. I can't handle that. I said, let me do my routine and I'll come find you.
The last thing Dave needs is more stress before his first show of the season.
Don't keep repacking them. It's the worst thing you can do to it.
No, I didn't say keep.
And he's struggling to control it.
It gets really serious about half an hour before the performance. That's where I'll go somewhere quiet and just try to get my game face on. I fly the whole routine in my head with my hand as the airplane I can visualize it then.
All right, Dave, you are ready to go live from the cockpit. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Super Dave Matheson, and it is so nice to be back home in Hamilton, Ontario.
That's Dave.
Let's have some fun today here in this MX2. Cue the music.
Super Dave Matheson is at the controls.
Dave starts his routine by flipping his plane into the first of his 28 maneuvers, the uncontrolled inverted flat spin.
5,000, bitch.
Imagine falling upside down, spinning like a Frisbee.
4,000.
So much is going on so fast and everything's a blur, and you just spin it right into the dirt.
He needs to time his exit
35.
perfectly.
I almost killed myself last season practicing one. I misread my altimeter and came really close to hitting the ground. And actually, Mitch was watching that. That's when we decided to make her my safety observer.
It's now up to Mitch to call his recovery at the last possible second.
Call it.
Hello, Mitch.
But as Dave spirals to the point of no return.
Sounds terrible. We had no radios.
Bottom gate.
All right, you with Mitch? Can't hear you, Mitch. Son of a bitch.
Carol and Marcus are 10 minutes away from flying their first show of the season.
It's kind of nerve-wracking.
60,000 people have come to watch the Bagotville International Airshow.
Big crowds. And the curtain comes up.
Their plane hasn't been playing nice. Yesterday, engine problems forced them to abort their practice flight.
If the engine quits, the airplane will become an anvil, and it's going to drop.
Clear! Clear! Every time I go out and perform, the biggest thing that I'm putting on the line is my life, and the life of my pilot.
Boss on tower, you guys are clear across the runway to the south side.
The wing-walking team has convinced the air boss it was just bad fuel. Marcus pushes the steerman to full power. The engine problem is back. The air boss has had enough.
Marcus, I hope you're bringing it back to put it down. Welcome.
is right.
That was a little worse than yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit, but here we are. It's all good.
High above the crowd in Hamilton, Super Dave is in an inverted flat spin, waiting for his safety observer to call his recovery.
At 1,000.
But his radio fails.
Sounds terrible.
A routine Dave and Mitch have practiced countless times is off the rails.
Can't hear you, Mitch. Son of a bitch.
When you rely on your safety observer, if I screw up, she'll basically save my life and say, no, you've done it wrong. Stop.
Seconds from impact, Dave pulls hard and misses the ground by feet.
Come on, baby. Do it for me.
I flew the show, and I just did it exactly like we practiced.
Look good. 1, 2.
The crowd and Dave's mom have no idea there's been a problem.
Let's hear it for Dave Matheson.
I'm very proud.
What happened?
Second, you had no radio. Couldn't even hear you.
I didn't hear one word. If you start getting sloppy or accepting anything less than perfection is when you'll eventually hit the ground.
It's not the perfect start David hoped for.
We hadn't practiced enough.
Dave knows something has to change.
He could sense my frustrations where he just wasn't the right fit.
Okay.
He put in one day and then left.
It sounded to me like he went, wow, he did it before I had to.
For now, Dave's goal of being the best feels miles away.
You're only as good as your last show, but I don't think anything good comes easy.
Back in Bagotville, wing walker Carol Pilon has been ordered to land.
Marcus, I hope you're bringing it back to put it down.
Cutting short her first show of the season. For the second flight in a row, the Stearman's engine stutters.
I don't know what the problem is, man. I just don't know. I was hoping you'd let me do the passes, but I get it.
I was gonna do it.
I get it.
And Preston said, knock it off.
Hi.
Your boss says quit, you quit. It's that simple.
I don't know what the deal is, man.
You heard it, though.
Oh, yeah, we all did.
Well, I was like, dude, come back and land.
I know.
As Carol and Marcus head back to the hangar, there's more bad news.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
It's a bad deal.
While we were flying, a fellow wing walker and a pilot in a Stearman crashed in Ohio. Same time we were flying.
Watch this. Sitting on top of the world.
You never assume from the onset that somebody has died. You just kind of assume there's been an accident and wait until you hear further.
I can't call anybody. I've been getting incoming texts about this.
That's because there's 100,000 people with cell phones.
I can't respond to anybody. You wouldn't be alarmed.
The crash story is spreading like wildfire.
Okay, good.
God, at least it's ringing. It's awesome. I immediately called my parents and let them know that there had been a wing walking accident in case they started getting calls.
If you hear anything, it's not me. I'm fine. I think it's really bad, Dad. I don't have any word on it, but I think it's gonna be real bad.
Slowly, news trickles in that the pilot and wing walker have died.
My thoughts were, oh God, and then my thoughts went to her kids.
And it burst into flames.
Can you imagine that?
I was shocked and stunned. Nobody deserves to die. in this business.
With an unresolved engine problem and the news from Ohio, Carol must now decide if she even wants to fly tomorrow.
We've lost 3 wing walkers in the last 3 years. I am not going to be the 4th. I'm of the opinion, in light of what happened in Dayton, that we just need to stay on the ground if I don't have an engine that's working properly. That was it. We weren't going to fly again until we knew what the problem was 100%. And it was time to call in people who knew more about that engine than me.
So something is wrong with the carburetor.
I think it's on the lean side.
Yeah.
The mechanic zeroes in on the aging engine's carburetor and notices the plane isn't getting enough fuel.
Hot day, coupled with hot air, coupled with a hot engine, the mixture was awry.
Mixture rich, lean.
Rich.
It's a simple fix.
Okay, shut down.
But Marcus won't know if the Stearman is safe until he test flies it.
I'm gonna do everything I can to make this problem come back.
Star, third strike. Like to come back and land.
The engine cough is gone. But Carol and Marcus must decide if they even want to fly their final performance. It's the final day of the air show, and the wing walking team has made their decision.
There was a couple hours of uncertainty.
They will fly.
I can't be thinking about the accident while I'm wing walking. That's like thinking about the sharks when you're surfing. We just need to go out and try to do what we do best without having an incident ourselves. My whole world basically shrinks down into this little tiny bubble. And the only thing that's happening in that bubble is next handhold, next foothold. Right in that little zone.
This time, the Stearman doesn't miss a beat. Carol and Marcus pull off a near-perfect performance.
This is state of grace, my friend, state of grace. Hard to come by.
Please give her a big wave for a job well done.
But on the ground, there's nothing to celebrate.
Every single one of us has been devastated by deaths in this industry. And I would like to think that I'm going to stay alive for a very long time. But part of me really firmly believes that this is probably how I'm going to go out of this world.
It's a terrible start to the season. The Flying Circus is in mourning.
She was waving to the crowd as the last thing she did before she hit the ground. She didn't know she was waving goodbye.
Kept looking in the mirror before each show, wondering, is it going to be me next? Or one of my friends? She always wondered who's going to be next.
I try and see what went wrong, why they couldn't pull out of it, why they hit the ground, because I don't want that to be me. The guy that taught me how to fly, when I heard that he got killed, all I wanted to do was fly. And I don't know why.
Airshow performers are a very tight-knit community because we have common wounds. And, you know, those wounds we share with each other. It's part of the cost of doing business.
Next time on Airshow,
Here we go.
a superstar
Oh yeah, baby!
gives Super Dave stage fright.
It's like trying to be a rock star and you got Elvis standing there.
The rookie pilot
Oh, I didn't quite get that nose up.
gets the flight of a lifetime.
You're gonna be a show pilot, you gotta think about the future.
And the jet team
Don't touch anything.
battles breakdowns
Drop the door.
and a grounded pilot
We gotta start over.
to fly the first show of the season.